Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all. And thank you so much for your patience with this reading. It's been crazy busy, so thank you so much for your patience. Let's get on here with it now. Taurus, I was meditating on your energy while I was shuffling off camera, and I was getting this feeling of a simultaneous sort of pacification with cleansing. And I was hearing for you specifically squeegee. Okay, so, ooh, very interesting. The Four of Cups has just swung out, literally flung out, but right side up. I'm hearing with the skill of presentation, there may be a focus on the expression of certain emotions. I'm hearing emotional assets as well. There's perhaps a focus on vulnerability. Okay, lots of cards popping out, whipping out here. You have the Death card of Scorpio, water energy as well. Right over here, the Four of Cups, the Daughter of Cups that has landed right over the Four of Cups next to Death. You have a strong focus here on the emotional dimension, Taurus. There perhaps is an individual involved who has a lot of water in their chart. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Sorry about that. That's a bandit's color. Who may be involved, okay. Or it may be your very own propensity. Okay, a question of how it is that we engage, I'm hearing in dialect as well. What is inherently emotional and holds emotional value for us? You have here, I'm hearing that which has swung out, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, mirroring one another. Again, the Five of Wands horizontally laid at the apex of your reading. You have as well the Father of Wands in reverse that has also flipped out, swung out. So acrobatic the way that these cards are, and I'm hearing how they are energetically moving through themselves. Okay, so there could be a focus here on cleansing for you, Taurus. How it is that these energies are sort of moving. I'm hearing, again, I'm hearing through themselves in locomotion. It's almost as if there are so many, I'm hearing wheels to the same bus, and I'm hearing assets yet again. There could be a number of individuals who are contributing to the same sort of overall, I'm hearing projectile, I'm hearing objective, and in what way exactly they are to move, I'm hearing in their own way, is to be determined. There is a question surrounding finances and careers. I'm getting it here for you. The Two of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. What is it that exactly we also want to acknowledge the role that resources serves us as? How is it that I, in a certain way, feel connected to the physical dimension as well, be it as it relates to the physical body, be it as it relates to actual material finances, be it as it relates to the physical manifestation of my self-expression that is inherently performative. I'm hearing operatic, that which is creative. And you have here the Father of Swords exactly mirroring the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting that this Father of Swords is your own energy for a number of you. And for another number of you, this may be another individual who has a lot of fire in their chart. Again, here's the card, the Father of Wands in reverse. Okay. The overarching theme for you is a question of exactly how the role that either finances and or the physicality of, I'm hearing, our efforts and the concentration of how it is that we express ourselves is in balance with a state of emotional performance. How is it that our emotional world is coinciding in a certain way with that is related to the financial realm? And how is it even further that that personal relationship and balance that we're holding intrinsically is operating synergistically with the role that we are playing out here and that which we characterize in our engagements with others, be it in a relationship, be it in a group of within a large group of individuals. I'm hearing with a pool of resources and assets. I'm hearing division. How is it? I'm hearing divisory. I'm not sure if that's a word. Okay, but the focus, though, yet again, Taurus, being on what exactly I'm hearing we have to say. I'm hearing in a private, personal space of what it is that we are engaging in within the collective. within what is considered to be a social dynamic and interaction. And there is a certain form of honesty here that may be a focus for you. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse peeking out from beneath the Six of Cups upright, with the Four of Wands in reverse right beneath the Seven of Swords, the Star upright, beautiful energies right beneath the Four of Wands in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse right beneath the Star upright. There is a focus here, Taurus, that you realize is entirely set on what your personal prerogative is. What is your dream as an independent individual? What is it that you envision when you dream? And that being an incredibly, I'm hearing personalized, but perhaps stigmatized, take it as you will, as you may perceive it, as others may perceive it in a certain way, depending on your perception, right? It can be taken in a number of ways. What is it that in a certain way we call our home, that we call our own? And how is it that the relationship that we entertain in a certain way, perhaps again financially, monetarily, but also emotionally, perhaps also physically, yet again, perhaps as well by way of the habitat, the home space. How is it that our physical, I'm hearing also our day-to-day interactions, are also too forming a relationship with what it is that we are holding as a vision? And it's almost like you want to get really, really clear on exactly what the moving pieces and parts are of this. I'm hearing this train of locomotion. And it's almost like I'm imagining specifically an individual who is involved within perhaps a community of sorts, or a group, a team of people. But they very much honor, I'm hearing, their own sense of individuality, okay? I'm hearing whispers are spoken. Where whispers are spoken, there is an underlying, I'm hearing, motivation that I'm hearing you abide by frequentially. And it's almost like, even if I'm taking part in this public, I'm hearing discourse, I'm hearing for a number of you, even in this public, I'm hearing collaborative affair, I recognize just the same that it is, again, I'm hearing specifically the frequency that I'm upholding of my personal vision, and I'm hearing of my assets, of how I desire to channel my assets, okay? I'm hearing train again for you. So there may be a focus here on how it is that we are working with others in a collaborative way. But yet again, a strong focus, and a prioritization on what is held as a vision and a dream that is all your own, of your own making. Dear Taurus, I'm hearing Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo here for you. I'm hearing Scorpio as well, and I'm visualizing Virgo. This has come through for about the second time for Virgo, where I'm visualizing specifically Virgo. Now, and I'm hearing assets again. So however it is that the Virgo archetype, sorry about that, guys, may be operating through your personal chart, there may be a focus there with that. Okay. Nonetheless, I'm getting here, Taurus, that whatever it is that you deem in a personal way, I'm also hearing in a private way, to confound the variable of your truth, you are setting aside. And it's almost like I'm hearing, I don't need a relationship. I don't need to underline, by way of underscoring my passion for what it is that I do. I don't need to underline, capitalize on. I'm hearing appreciate. I'm hearing specifically by way of value. What is considered to be a fundamentalism of my work, perhaps be it a partnership, okay, perhaps contractual sort of, I'm hearing workforce, the workforce, I'm hearing binding. But that does not serve me personally. And my vision, I'm hearing my prerogative yet again, and it's almost like I'm hearing you're coming clean with it. You're coming clean with it, and you have the Seven of Swords in reverse, right beneath the Six of Cups upright. Whatever it is that just doesn't, I'm hearing is I'm hearing a thorn of the thorn bush. and I'm hearing on the thorn bush particularly, you are, I'm seeing you walking up to, specifically to this sort of this prickly, I'm hearing it as a prickly, cactusy pear foliage. I'm hearing mountain range specifically for a number of you, perhaps alluding to perhaps a cycle, a path that, or an industry that you feel you are engaging in, that you have been sort of, I'm hearing trailblazing, that you in a certain way have been moving through, that has required of you to maintain your personal sense of conviction intact. And it's almost like, again, I'm envisioning an individual who walks up to this very thorny looking bush, and I'm hearing they flashlight. They flashlight what it is that I'm hearing has remained, I'm hearing stagnant as well, but that has remained, I'm hearing specifically as an alibi, I'm hearing of resources, by way of resources. So it's like if something doesn't sit right with you, Taurus, I'm getting that I'm hearing you bring matters of communication of it to the forefront, whatever it is that may sort of allude to within the sort of term, within the sort of sphere that is also professional for a number of you, but also it's like, well, okay, technically I'm hearing a working partnership, in a relationship. We are, I'm hearing, we are forming matter, okay? We are perhaps engaged physically in some kind of way as well, connected by way of perhaps even resources. But as we may perceive it or feel it, or as they may perceive it or feel it, but the priority for me becomes communicating what matters to me outside of the context, outside of the realm of the habitat through which we are operating. And I'm hearing disclosure. It's a matter of disclosure in particular, and there may be a focus here on a certain decision of how it is that we are to creatively, I'm hearing, enact a sense of order. I'm hearing dictate. How it is that perhaps we are to change a certain creative direction. I'm hearing impromptu. I'm hearing improvisation. There may be a question of, well, how is it that I present this even in a way that is inherently to be spontaneous? Okay, I'm hearing an action-oriented. There could be a question of exactly what order of events creatively are to be taken, but I'm imagining a sort of leader orientation that you feel in a certain way perhaps you are to take on. Okay, let us pull a few more cards here for you, dear Taurus, to see what comes through. This is yet again the March reading, approximately spanning from the 1st to the 31st of the month. So it is a general thematic reading. Okay, now let us pull these cards. Ooh, flipping right over acrobatically once more, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this came through, I believe it was for Leo. It was for Aries, okay. You have, again, this Five of Wands in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Swords horizontally laid. There's a question of a certain standing of a partnership. Plain and simple. How is it that we are constructing a certain material, physical reality within a certain paradigm of partnership for a number of you? Specific message coming through. Overlap between terms. Also, I'm hearing the terms that are laid for matters of finances, matters of production, I'm hearing production value, production set. What is it that we are schematically setting, laying as a groundwork and a foundation for what it is that we perceive will feed the future of what we are contributing to creatively and dynamically? There is a focus here on assets, and the question of creative direction is everything at this point, as I'm getting it for you. You have here the Five of Wands in reverse, mirroring the Seven of Pentacles upright, with the Father of Wands in reverse, smack dab in the middle. There is a focus here. I'm hearing Leo on Leo. There may be a focus perhaps on a certain individual who, as you may see it, as you may feel it, as others may sort of perceive it as well in a public way, who is to take on a certain creative act direction and role. I'm hearing actor, I'm hearing interface, who is also perhaps to come out publicly about what direction they are to take it's speaking to the long-term objective of what they're involved in. Okay, specific message coming through for a number of you. Nonetheless, I'm hearing disclosure once more. The feeling for you, Taurus, that I'm getting, and I'm hearing Virgo for you here, is that what is clear at this point, even if it's like, okay, well, I in a certain way recognize that the stance that I'm going to take is going to, in a certain way, be spontaneous. Will need to be spontaneous. And I'm imagining someone who, I'm hearing sports announcer coach, okay, specifically. I'm envisioning an individual who is taking a mic in hand and sort of making a certain public proclamation, okay, regarding their state of affairs, I'm hearing specifically. I'm hearing idol. I'm hearing worship, idol worship, whatever that may mean to a number of you, in whatever way it may resonate with you. It can be taken a number of ways. It's all perception. Nonetheless, the feeling that I'm getting is that wherein there is the acknowledgement that spontaneity serves in a certain way in forming a direction and path that is to be moved in. At this, I'm hearing at the interim, at the next stage of this chapter, that you recognize is to unfold. At the same time, the clarity of direction is more so much so, associated with the sheer recognition that an action must be dynamic and spontaneous, and that it must be taken. And it's almost like, well, I don't technically know, right? It's got to be spontaneous. I don't technically know for certain, in a dynamic way, how the relationship between, I'm hearing the future of how assets are to be, I'm hearing channeled, okay, is to I'm hearing align, I'm hearing frequentially for a number of you with the creative direction that I take on in this moment. There's a sense of, I'm hearing entrepreneurism as well that may be associated with what you feel to be this next stance, okay, that's taken creatively. But yet again, even if, let's say, you're like, okay, well, I don't technically know, I'm hearing what comes, the focus is on just simply recognizing that, and I'm hearing with absolute clarity, that a creative direction is to be taken on. I'm hearing in a level-headed manner as well, I'm hearing, and the desire for practicality in a certain way, at least in the way that I'm hearing for certainly, as it relates to what is to be constructed, I'm hearing by way of a certain value, and it's almost like what is deemed as practical, I'm hearing and serves as an okay go, what passes the test for me is simply that I am able to draw a certain line between my creative self-expression, this direction that I take on, and its association with some realm that is practical, be it financial, be it material, be it physical as well. And it's almost like I just want it to be a reference point. I just want to feel that they are in some way. I'm hearing escape. I'm hearing scapegoat. Take it as you will. However, that may resonate with you. Yet again, the focus being on growth in the long term. Now, you have the Father of Cups who's peeking out from this main stack. In reverse, you may be dealing with a water sign once more. For a number of you, I'm getting that this is a separate individual from the Daughter of Cups that we saw. Now, the star right beneath the Father of Cups. Very interesting. Two of Cups in reverse, right beneath the star. It's so fascinating, Taurus. The feeling I'm getting specifically with the Father of Cups and the star is almost as if the Father of Cups is experiencing, I'm hearing, interpreting by way of the senses what is being projected as a vision and a value, be it your own propensity, be it a certain expectation that emotionally has been set by others, by another, by our own sort of emotional outlook, so to speak. Okay. There is a certain, I'm getting awareness and consciousness of the relationship that emotions have in a certain way constructed around with the habitat, I'm hearing the lifestyle of love. How it is that the emotional dimension, I'm hearing our propensity as well to give of ourselves emotionally in a certain way, has been in conversation with our vision. And I'm hearing our ideal of love. What does love mean for us? I'm hearing, where does love compel us to create more, to perform, I'm hearing operatically, again for a number of you, to self-express in ways that confound the mentality of creation in its performance, in its act. There is, I'm hearing, a conclusion surrounding the role that feelings play within the context, I'm hearing, within the grander context, within the scheme of how it is that we creatively assert ourselves, how it is that we are engaging creatively in forming our reality as we perceive it. What is the role that we feel can only be our own, that is fed its lines in the moments that we are open to listening? I'm hearing the emotional excursion, the emotional experiences, I'm hearing at the outset of what the path, as you may have felt it, towards pursuing a certain dream has been, serves to carry you to confront once again what holds meaning for you, Taurus. Where is it that I realize only I can take myself? Where is it that I feel I'm already living frequentially in my dreams? I'm hearing, how many times do I have to say it? How many times do I have to say it? There could be a focus on certain, I'm hearing memorizations, I'm hearing chants, I'm hearing Gregorian chants specifically, I'm hearing for a number of you. I'm hearing the lines, okay? I'm hearing refraining. And there may be a focus here on specifically, I'm hearing premonition, and I'm getting that there's something here, Taurus, I'm hearing Virgo for you right here, that you're sound with, that you're very comfortable with in terms of how you perceive it. And I'm hearing sonically for a number of you, okay? But as well, how it is that you are already in a certain way living through your vision, your dream. And yet again, I'm getting that whatever it is that you feel, I'm hearing is an absolute for you. I'm hearing is the most exalted state and form of success. How is it that the colors of this dream blend with the colors of my emotional experiences that have in a certain way guided me, reminded me, even if let's say they didn't totally pan out in the way that I may have expected, guided me towards, reoriented me towards and to myself. What it is that I remember I'm hearing, I'm here to speak about, I'm hearing for a number of you, to qualify, I'm hearing to quantify, to characterize through my work, and I'm hearing in my work. And there's a focus here perhaps for a number of you on a certain experience, and I'm hearing series of experiences that have perhaps been emotional, that you realize hold a certain value. And I'm hearing premonition again, and it's almost like I'm hearing I'm placing certain, I'm hearing pieces of this puzzle in the ways that help me recognize I'm hearing myself and I'm hearing my calling in it again with such clarity that the direction of my cause, the direction of my creative development, my creative self-expression, finds its own voice. So beautiful, Taurus. Powerful energies here for you. And I'm getting that you're working with a certain path. I'm hearing pathfinder. And it's almost as if, in a certain way, you are comfortable with it. I'm hearing the people and the places that I've met along the way. It's a question of the journey that you are in a certain way placing, giving a form to within the grander scape of your work and progress. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in, dear Virgo. Virgo wants to speak out for you. Dear Taurus, you may want to check that video out, especially if you know a Virgo. If Virgo is prominently placed in your chart, okay. Nonetheless, thank you so much again for tuning in, dear Taurus. I highly recommend as well for you to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as oftentimes those may provide you as well with further insights into your situation. If you don't know your sign placements, you can click the link below in the bio description box I provide, and that will compute them for you. Let's see any other announcements. The Moon Manifestation Cycle program, the second stage of it, is now live. So for those of you who have participated in the earlier chapter of it, from the it was the just until the 2nd of March, from the last new moon to this full moon in Virgo. And if you're interested in continuing for the rest of this month, if that's something of interest to you, then you can reserve your space via the link below in the bio description box. And for those of you who would like to tune in now at the stage we'll be covering in this in this program, specifically the full moon in Virgo to the new moon in Pisces on the 17th of March. So there's going to be about 17 days there or so that's covered, and of course energy is fluid, so for me a few days before, a few days after that sort of interval of time, and it will be pertaining to matters related to manifestation, energy, and the part that the moon plays in that cycle of manifestation. Okay, so for those of you who may be interested in the program, there's going to be a tailored reading for the signs that you order that will be delivered to you. So I've created a reading. I've done a reading for each of the signs for this stretch of time, again, between the 3rd of March approximately and the 17th of March. And so it will be tailored specifically for your sign. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all, Taurus. And I know as well some of you have been asking if I have any personal services and the like, and I do energetic assessment readings as well as energetic alignment protocols, in addition to astrology reports, in depth, about 13 pages. So I tend to focus on soul path calling there, purpose, and light career. So if you're at a career shift and you'd like more insight into what areas of life may be most conducive for the channeling of your particular propensities and gifts, which is something that I focus on, then that may be something of interest to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at alchemyandyou@gmail.com. Thank you so much again, Taurus, for tuning in. Love and light to you all on this transformational journey forward, and I'll see you soon. Bye.